every once in a while, your life just lights up a scene from a movie. And my trip to Washington, D.C. in 2011 was one of those times in my life. Improv comedy is a huge part of who I am. I love it. I started it when I got to college. As soon as I got there, it was like, I'm going to do improv. But its beginnings about like a little strange and very tumultuous time for me. It all began when my high school physics teacher told me one day, Louis, you're such a class clown in class. You just disrupt everything. Cause chaos. You should really try improv comedy when you get to college. And I took that advice to heart because nobody ever told me I could act before. I was a tech group person. We weren't allowed to act in high school. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to try this. I am one of those type of people who's only happy when everybody else in the room around me is happy. And the easiest way to do that is through laughter. So I decided that I'm going to try my best to learn how to be funny through the art of improv comedy. And a few months passed from my physics teacher's speech, and I arrive at RIT, and I go, it's so many people, more people than I've ever seen in my life, all this energy. I'm going through orientation week, meeting all these friends, and everybody's happy. And I get to the last day of orientation week, and I get to the club fair, where I meet RIT Improv for the first time. I find out that it consists currently of two different teams. On one hand, we have the Unprofessionals, and the other, Brainback Improv. And the difference between these two teams is basically the difference between unpopular kids in high school and popular kids in high school. On the Unprofessionals, we have like people with neck beards, and they play card games, but there were still people. There's just that you would put on one table in high school. While on the other hand, we have Brainback, who are a bunch of elitist snobs. Really good at what they did, but were not afraid to let you know that they were good. And we had me in the middle, who was definitely not a popular kid in high school. I definitely still played card games myself. And I was trying to figure out, even though I knew that Brainback had more of the elitist presence and the talent, and professionals were a little lesser degree, they were still good, and I thought that I belonged there. And another key difference between these two teams is that Brainback was invite only, while Unprofessionals have open auditions. It's a good reflection of how the personalities of these two teams work. So early on in the year, I go to the Unprofessionals auditions, and I don't make it. I auditioned terribly. My singing work is not good, and I just feel really caught up inside about it because I couldn't do it. It was my main goal in college at that time, and I just am super sad. And just take time to reflect. But a few weeks passed, and I decided to go to the Stephen Colbert rally to restore fear. And I thought it was a lot of people when I first came to RIT, but I went to Washington, D.C. to see Stephen Colbert, one of my heroes of all time. So many people, such a great experience. And all these great musical acts, and a lot of the Mythbusters were there too. It was just amazing. I completely forgot about my botch audition a few weeks earlier, and my friends and I decided, wow, we're in DC, let's go sightseeing, because DC is a beautiful city for those of you who don't know. And we go about, and it's getting towards the end of the day, we happen upon the Capitol building. And for those of you who don't know, the Capitol building has these huge marble steps that lead up to the great Greek architecture. And it's a beautiful sunny day. And we decide that we're tired, we're going to sit down on the steps, and the sun's beating down on us, and I feel two buzzes in my pocket. And I know that's a text message. I get it out, and I read it, and it says it's from Kyle O'Neill, who was the current leader of Brainback at that time. And it just says, Louis, we've noticed that over the course of workshops, you improved greatly in your skills, and we would like to extend an invitation to you to join Brainback Improv. I did! I was my main goal. I didn't make it on the dance team, I made it on the Brainback. I swear there was a rainbow behind me, and music was playing. I jumped out of my seat, I give a big Freddie Mercury arm in the air. And it was just an amazing experience. But then I calm myself, I relax, and I realized the whole lesson behind this experience. is that in high school, you just try to figure out who you are. That's what high school is about. While college is figure out how to be who you are. And I learned that I could be who I was because I just wanted to make people happy and be a popular kid too.